Good morning. I hope you're doing well. All right, so today we're picking up the pace just a little bit. I know these past couple weeks have been kind of slow, so I decided to get back into the flow of things. I think it was the season changing, and I felt super slow and just heavy, and so I needed to slow down a little bit. But today we're going into a super fun vinyasa flow. I do not have any props, but if you want to grab some blocks or a strap or anything like that, we'll go ahead, grab those materials. I do have a towel down on my mat just because, as you can see, it's kind of spooky out here. The marine layer is super heavy today and everything is very damp. So if you want to grab a blanket to sit on or anything, you can grab a blanket, but we're not going to be really on our knees today. So when you're ready, we'll all meet in easy pose or sukhasana on our mat. Actually, let me grab a block real quick, just in case. You never know. All right, so we're sitting in easy pose or starting in easy pose. If you want to scoot any flesh out of the way, to sink your root bones a little bit closer to the earth. We'll sit up nice and tall. Hands can come to the tops of your knees, palms face up or palms face down. And you can draw your shoulders right over your hips here. Pull your chin up onto the horizon, and your eyes can gently close. Just take a moment here. Welcome ourselves to our mat. Thank ourselves for getting up and getting to our mat this morning. Sometimes it can be difficult, especially when mornings are like this. And then begin to notice your surroundings or the earth beneath your seat. Notice any little smells or little noises. Maybe you feel a soft breeze. And when you're ready, gently take that observation and turn it inward. Maybe taking a quick body scan, starting from your toes and working your way all the way up to the crown of your head, noticing if there's any little aches or pains today, or something that your body is craving. Maybe keeping that in the back of your mind for later. And when you've completed that body scan, go ahead, turn your attention to your breath. So where you're feeling your breath this morning, is it shallow, is it deep? And then we'll take 3 big breaths together. So exhale wherever you're at. Let's place one hand on our belly. Inhale through your nose, fill up through your belly, feel that bottom hand expand. Pause at the top, sit up taller, take another inhale. And then exhale, completely release. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale, belly expands, hand is coming out. Pause at the top, sit up tall, drop your shoulders, and 1 more inhale. And exhale, completely release. Pull your belly button to spine, really pull it in, compressing all the stale air out from yesterday. Again, inhaling, bottom hand expands. Eyes can be opened or closed. Pause at the top, relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw. 1 more sip. And then exhale, sigh it out. Let it go. Hands can come back to the tops of our knees. You can begin to set an intention for your day or your practice, or again, just thank yourself for making it to your mat. All right, so when you're ready, we're going to turn our palms face down on top of our knees. We're going to take our good old seated circles here. So if you are sitting on a pillow or a block or anything, go ahead, jump off of it. So when you're ready, begin to cultivate your Ujjayi breath if you want, inhaling and exhaling out through your nose. And an inhale will take you forward. And an exhale will pull you back and around. You can make big circles, you can make small circles, whatever you would like. Just flowing with your own breath. It's okay if you're going a little bit faster or a little bit slower than me. And when you're ready, we'll switch directions again. Inhale, heart sweeps forward. Exhale will pull you back and around. You can really get into it, lean back, maybe pull your knees down so you can lean back even farther, hinge forward, elbows can come out to the sides. Wherever you are, remember to breathe. Eyes can be open or closed. You can be moving slower than me if you'd like, or faster. There's no real wrong way of doing these. And then we'll all gently come back through center after this last round. Sitting up nice and tall, hands remain on our knees here. We're going to take a few seated cat-cows. So on your inhale, we're going to lift our chest through our arms, pull our shoulder blades back and roll them under, lifting our chest. Belly reaches out, maybe gaze lifts, and then exhale, round your spine. Maybe you shift from side to side, getting a little stretch in between those shoulder blades, pulling the belly button in. Again, inhale, chest draws forward and up, biceps and shoulder blades pull back behind us. Chest can lift, gaze can lift. Exhale, we'll bring you back, rounding your spine, grabbing the outer edges of your knees. Your hands can slide down your legs as well if you want to pull those arms back a little bit farther. Get a nice deep chest stretch. And exhale, rounding the spine. Go ahead, flow with your own breath here. Last round wherever you are. And we'll all gently come back through center. I'm going to kick our legs out in front of us, give them a nice little wiggle. You can roll your toes, point your toes, open and close them. Just waking up our feet this morning. And then you can take them around to either side, coming into a tabletop position. Hands are right underneath our shoulders, knees are right underneath our hips. Go ahead, wag your tail, take any organic movement that you need. Maybe you drop your head down, shake it yes, shake it no. All right, we're coming back through center, planting our hands firmly on the mat. Let's go ahead, lift this right leg back behind us, and then floint your toes. So it's in between a point and a floint. Our toes are spread wide. Pull the low belly in and up, press through your hands, lifting yourself out of your shoulders. Inhale, lift your heel. Exhale, tap the toes. Maybe they tap the ground, or maybe you hover them. Inhale, they'll lift. Exhale, they'll come down. Inhale, lift, pull the low belly in. Exhale, they come down. Let's do a couple more on your own. Inhale, brings you up. Exhale, brings you down. You can get into a little rhythm here if you'd like. Feeling that muscle work underneath your glute, and your glute should be catching on fire right now. Maybe just a little bit. I did these yesterday, so I might be a little bit more sore than you guys. Just a few more. Try to hover the toes now. Actively engaging the leg, reaching out through those toes. 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. Inhale, reach it up. You can flex your toes back towards your face, and then take your right foot to the outside of your left And reach it back behind you. Cross it over, creating a C shape. You can gaze back at your heel. Right heel is working down towards the earth on the left side of our mat. Still pressing firmly through both palms here. And then let's gently draw our right knee to the outside of our left. So we're crossing our legs. Our feet can be out wide here. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, press your hips back. Nice outer hip stretch. And you gauge the intensity. So if it's too much stretch on that outer right hip, you can always shift your weight forward. And we'll gently come back through center, reset, hands come right back underneath those shoulders if they moved at all. And then shift your hips from side to side. And then when you're ready, let's pick up that left leg. Point or point your toes here. Toes are spread wide. Hip points are level. Take an inhale, lift the heel. Exhale, tap the toes. Inhale lifts you up. Exhale, tap your toes. And then move with your own breath. Again, pulling that low belly in, protecting the low back, and press firmly through both hands. Breathe here. Maybe you're making that audible breath to focus. And try to really be mindful with your leg movement. You're placing your leg, you're not just flinging it up and down. Maybe your toes begin to hover. Ooh, maybe your leg is burning. Maybe your glute is burning. Few more. 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. Inhale, hold, and then take your left foot across to the right side of your mat. Heels reaching down towards the floor. Gently gaze back at this left heel if that's available. And breathing, sending your breath down your left side body this time. And then we'll gently bring that left knee to the outside of our right. Readjust if you need to. Again, legs are crossed. My feet are out wide. They don't have to be pointing back behind you. Inhale, lift and shift forward. Exhale, sit back. Nice deep stretch down your outer left hip this time. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears. Maybe your chest is still reaching forward here, not crunching or curling under, so we have a long spine still. And then when you're ready, gently make your way back forward. Tabletop position. Take any little movement you need. And then we'll all make our way into our first downward facing dog. So walk your hands one palm's length from where they're at right now. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, press your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Go ahead, walk out your dog here. You can pivot on your toes, wagging your tail, shaking your head yes, shaking your head no. Whatever you need today. Just make sure all 10 toes are facing forward. Your hands are comfortable. They can be wider than shoulder width distance. Your heels can be lifted up off the earth. Keeping a micro bend in your knees, sending your hips a little bit higher, and spine is lengthening down. You can shift your gaze in between your feet here to elongate through your neck. And remember, this is your practice, so you can decorate it how you wish. If you see any opportunity to spice up your practice or take a different variation, you can go ahead and take it. And if you always want to slow down, you can come into child's pose or shavasana at any point in time. You can take the whole class just laying in shavasana. That still counts. All right, let's find a little bit of stillness in our downward facing dog. Take a full deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, HA, ha, press into the earth. Beautiful. Inhale, come high up onto your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, step, walker, hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, slowly roll all the way up to standing. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come down by our side. Go ahead, shake out your arms, shake out your legs. Take a little side body stretch here. So let's bring our feet hip width distance. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. I'm going to grab my left wrist with my right hand. Palm reaches out and up, lifting up. Pull my shoulder blades back and down. And then exhale, left fingertips to the right, hips to the left. Opening up my shoulders here. So I'm trying to square off towards the front of my mat. So my chest and hip points are both working squared. I'm not trying to twist in my torso here. And I'm still lifting and lengthening. I'm feeling a deep stretch down from my left ankle all the way to my left pinky. Inhale, come back through center. Switch your grip. Reach it forward and then up. Take a deep inhale and then exhale. Hips to the right, fingertips to the left. Again, still lifting and lengthening, pressing firmly through both feet to root up. And then squaring our torso off towards the front. No twisting in our waist here. Pulling our shoulder blades back and down, shoulders back into the socket. And we'll inhale, come back through center. Arms release and reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back, high or low plank. Lower all the way down or halfway down. Inhale, we'll lift you up to a low cobra or an upward facing dog. And an exhale, we'll take you back, downward facing dog. So that's your choice for a vinyasa. If you'd like, you can always skip the vinyasa and just press back to downward facing dog. If you're going into a full plank and then lowering halfway down, make sure your shoulders aren't coming past your elbows, so you're not dumping all your weight. So you want to keep yourself lifted. And then when you're in your upward facing dog, make sure that your legs are lifted, protecting that low back. Pull your shoulder blades back and down and reach through your chest. So just a little quick reminder there. All right. Let's flow through Sun A 2 more times. Let's pick up the pace here. So when you're ready, inhale, come high up onto your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, step, walk, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shin. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Arms reach up. Exhale, hands come to our low back. Inhale, lift through your chest. Exhale, press through your hips. Come back. Inhale will bring you back to the center. Arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shin. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back, high or low plank. Take your vinyasa. We'll all meet in a downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, you can go ahead, walk out your feet again here. All right, one last time, but we'll pause at the top in Tadasana. So when you're ready, inhale, come high up onto your toes. Exhale, bend your knees, step, walk, or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Arms reach up overhead. And then exhale, they come down onto the horizon at shoulder height. Inhale, lift your shoulders to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down your back. Now we're going to try to keep our hip points forward here. As we inhale, lift and lengthen up out of our hips. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, maybe your arms reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Try to keep those hip points forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Take 3 more on your own. And trying to square those hips off towards front. They won't look perfect, but that's fine. Just trying to work into a deeper twist here. Relax your shoulders. Arms are working hard. Last round. And beautiful job. We'll all inhale, come back through center. Exhale, forward fold. Take your feet out as wide as your mat, coming into this forward fold. Option to keep your hands on the ground, grab your big toes, or maybe opposite elbows, coming into a quick forward fold. Taking any movement that you need. Release your head down, gaze straight back behind you. We'll all come back through center. Heel toe your feet together. Back to hip width distance. And we'll slowly roll all the way back up. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, sink low into your chair. Inhale, lift through your chest. Exhale, sink through your chair. Tuck the tailbone under and pull the low belly in and up. So we're coming into a non-traditional chair. We're going to take this into a little hamstring opener. So I'm going to take my right heel and bring it out farther than my left foot, but still in line with my hip here. So I'm not reaching it over. It's going straight out in front of me so my leg stays straight. Keeping that micro bend in my knee, I'm going to inhale, lift through my chest, and then exhale, send my hips back. Hands can come to the tops of your thigh here, but try not to put a lot of pressure there because we're still trying to keep that small bend in our knee. You don't need to press your kneecap backwards. That's why I like to keep my hands on my hips. So if you need a deeper stretch, hinge forward more, send your hips back towards the back of your mat. Nice deep stretch down the front side of your right leg. Your toes are flexed back towards your face. Again, still micro bend in your right knee. Breathe. Try not to collapse in this upper body, so really pull in your core and engage. Try to draw your right leg back into your right hip socket. So it's kind of that isometric movement where you're not really moving, but you can feel the muscle lengthen and engage. And we'll inhale, come back up, pull that right foot right back underneath your hip, arms reach up, and then exhale, come back down, chair pose. Hands come back to our hips, left foot this time, take it out in front of your right, but still in line with your left hip. Inhale, lift your chest, pull the low belly in. As you exhale, fold forward. And coming back to that hamstring opener, keeping the micro bend in your knee. Send your hips back, chest reaches forward. Our back muscles are working here, so we have a slight lift in our chest like a low cobra. And our low belly is pulling in, so we're not just collapsing in our front side body. Hands can be on your thighs, but don't put a lot of pressure on your left thigh. Begin to draw this left leg back into the hip socket. Feeling a nice deep stretch down our left leg. Breathe and connect. And we'll all inhale, come back through center, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands, step back, higher low plank, lower all the way down or halfway down. And an inhale will take you to an upward facing dog or low cobra. Exhale, pulls you back. Downward facing dog. You get to hear the beautiful sounds of nature right now. Once again, the neighborhood dogs at your service. All right, so when you're ready, so inhale, right leg lifts high, bend your knee, open up your hip. Go ahead, take a knee circle. Switch directions. And then inhale, lift that right leg high. Exhale, step it through right next to your right thumb. Back heel spins down. Inhale, lift up. Warrior two. Arms come out onto the horizon. Inhale, lift your shoulders to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down your back. Sink through your hips. This front thigh is working parallel to the earth. Might not be there today, that's fine. Let's inhale, shift forward. Flip your palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, extended side angle. So we're coming back into that flow we did a few weeks ago. Inhale will bring you through a warrior two, and then exhale will take you back, reversing your warrior. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale to extended side angle. Now, flowing with control. Let's try to keep this front knee bent this time. Last time we straightened it on the back end. If you need to, you can always straighten it. Give your leg a little bit of a break. But let's fire it up today. So if you'd want, when you come back through your warrior two, you can lift the heel, keep the heel lifted as you come back, reversing your warrior. Keep it lifted when you come through warrior two, drop it, coming into extended side angle. A little bit of a heel and ankle stretch, or ankle strengthening rather. Firing up that front leg. Just a few more. Again, practicing with that high heel. Lifts the heel through warrior two, keeps it lifted as you reverse, coming back, warrior two, and then dropping it into extended side angle. When you're in extended side angle, don't dump all your weight into that front thigh. Ooh, my thigh is on fire. 2 more rounds. Last round. And we'll all meet in extended side angle, reaching long here. Let's open up our chest, cactus open this top arm. Try to really pull those lower ribs and square them off towards the left side of your mat. Left fingertips can be reaching tall. Right hand can reach towards the floor or just remain on your thigh. Sink low through your hips, root through this back foot. I know our legs are on fire. Breathe, connect, open your chest. And then when you're ready, we'll all inhale, come back, warrior two. Straighten this front leg. Reverse your warrior. Keep a micro bend in that front right knee. And then we'll come back to this warrior two arms, still keeping this leg straight. You're going to take a little bit of a triangle. So if you want to bring that block to the outer edge of your right foot, you can. Arms reach out in front of us. Now, same thing, just like in our reverse warrior. We're going to glide forward with our hands. So our torso is long, spine is long as we reach forward. Pull your hips back towards the back of your mat. Try to pull this right thigh bone right back into your hip socket. So it's reaching back. You have a deep crease through this front thigh. We're still reaching long here. And then your right hand can come to the block, the floor, or your shin. Left fingertips can reach up towards the sky. Now again, still rotating those lower ribs like in our extended side angle. And we're breathing. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Strong feet here. Pull in the low belly. You can allow your left hip to roll open. I know a lot of teachers cue to try to open that top hip, but that doesn't feel good for everybody. So I like to cue more of allow that left hip to roll in towards center. That'll help you send your hips back a little bit more and really help you elongate your spine right onto the horizon. Shift your gaze right out in front of you, maybe down towards the floor, up towards the ceiling. When you're ready, we're going to gently take a bend through our right leg. Both hands come to the floor to frame our front right foot. You can heel toe it towards center. Spin on the ball of your back left foot. Step it in so you have about a 2.5 foot stance. Hands can come to blocks here. As we inhale, lift and lengthen through our heart. Exhale, begin to hinge forward, pyramid pose. Again, still drawing your right hip back. Now really rolling that left hip forward. So our hip points are squared towards the front of our mat, just like what we were trying to do in our twist, our standing twist in Tadasana. So keeping those hips squared towards the front of our mat. Shift your gaze directly down towards the floor or to your leg. If you want to release and fold down more, you can. Or you can keep yourself lifted here. It's your choice. Breathe and connect. And then when you're ready, take a deep bend through your right knee. Step your left foot forward. Forward fold. Hinging from your hips. Gaze is right between your legs. When you're ready, bend your knees. Slowly roll all the way up to standing. Arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands, step back, take a vinyasa, or you can press back into a downward facing dog. It's your choice. We'll all meet in a downward facing dog. All right, left leg this time. Inhale, left leg high, bend your knee, open up your hip, take a few knee circles. Switch directions. Trying to keep those shoulders squared to the earth. Press through your hands. And inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, step it through right next to your left thumb. Back heel spins down. Root to rise, lifting up. Warrior two. Beautiful. Readjust your stance if you need to. Arms reach wide. Inhale, shoulders to your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down your back. Now again, we're going to inhale, glide forward. Flip your palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior, keeping that front knee bent. Thigh working parallel. Inhale, come back, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Sink low through your hips. Inhale, brings you back. Warrior two. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Again, you can straighten your leg if your legs are on fire. But if you'd like to heat it up a little bit more, lift that front heel, strengthening the outer ankles and really firing up that leg. So an inhale, keep the heel lifted, coming back, warrior two. Drop the heel, come into extended side angle. Inhale, warrior two, lift the heel, slow with control, come back, reverse your warrior. Gotta focus. So take these on your own with your own breath. Again, slow with control. Keep a bend through that front knee if you're lifting your heel. Try to keep your knee stacked over your ankle. Whew. Leg is on fire. This looked really good on paper. Couple more rounds. You got it. Placing your arms, not just flinging them up and back. Being mindful with your movement and flowing with your own breath. It's okay if you're going slower or faster than me. Last round, wherever you are. We'll all meet in extended side angle. Beautiful work. So again, drawing your hip back, rooting down through your back foot, and then trying to turn and take your torso squared off towards the right side of the room. So pulling those low ribs out from under you and opening up. Weight is light in this left arm, and then right fingertips can reach up and back. Sink through your hips. Option to take your hand down to a floor or a block, and then cactus, open your arm, lifting your chest, maybe lifting your gaze. Beautiful, you got it. Keep it up. Sink a little bit lower through your hips. I know that front leg is burning. And then reach those hands back up and over. We'll inhale, lift up, warrior two, straighten that front leg. If you need to heel toe your back foot in, you can. Take your hands to your hips. Now, let's shoot our hips towards the back of the mat. So it's kind of like a sassy stance. Take a micro bend in your knee. Hands come onto the horizon. Glide forward like you're about to reverse your warrior. Long spine, reach. Relax your shoulders. And then option, coming to a block, taking those left fingertips and reaching your right hand up towards the earth. Allow your right hip to roll in. As you can see, it's rolling in. A lot of times people like to cue it opening up, but it doesn't feel good in people's hips when we're all made differently. So try to roll it in and see how that feels. Maybe you find more length in your spine. Maybe it's a better pose for you now that you can rotate your hips in a different way. And then just remember, keep that micro bend in your knee. Right fingertips reach up. Or you can take your hand to your hip, your choice. Again, still rotating those lower ribs, opening our chest wide to the right side of our room. Breathe and connect down. Feel the earth beneath your feet. Rooting down to that solid foundation. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Relax through your face. Unclench your jaw. And then when you're ready, take a soft bend through your left knee. Both hands come down to frame your left foot. Turn your right toes in and towards the front of your mat. Step your right foot in. So you have about a 2.5-foot stance. I'm going to take my blocks again on both sides of my left foot. I'm going to inhale, lift, draw my hips back, roll my right hip forward, pull the left hip back, and then begin to hinge forward. So scissoring my legs together, pulling this left leg back, that isometric movement where you can't really see it, but you can feel it as your hip points turn towards the front, and I'm really pulling this right hip forward. Micro bend in your left knee. You can stay here, keeping this long spine and extended, or you can roll forward if you want to try to bring that forehead close to your shin. Breathe wherever you are. Maybe send your breath down the backside of your left leg. And then when you're ready, take a soft bend through your left leg and step forward with your right. Fold forward. Inhale, we'll slowly roll up. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. You can take a vinyasa or you can skip it with me, making your way to downward facing dog. Wherever you are, we'll all meet in a downward facing dog. All right. So we're going to take a quick wild thing. If you want to take a wild thing, go ahead and join me. If not, you can stay in downward facing dog or make your way to a tabletop. So when you're ready, shift your right leg up to the sky, bend your knee, open up your hip. Right foot comes to the outside left of our mat, right fingertips reach forward. Again, we don't want to be down here sinking through our hips, so lift the hips up, open through the chest, reach the right arm forward. Both feet are planted. Breathe. Press firmly through your foundation. Inhale, come back through center. Don't hit your umbrella. Soften through your knees. Right leg lifts high. We'll all meet in three-legged dog. When you're ready, step this right foot through. Back knee comes down onto our mat. Inhale, lift up. Low lunge. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Inhale, lift through your chest. Exhale, twist to the right. So bringing this left elbow to the outside of our right knee, we're working our palms towards the center point of our chest here. Mine aren't there either, so it's fine wherever you are. Draw your right knee over your right ankle and breathe. Maybe an inhale, you lengthen through your spine, and an exhale, you twist a little bit deeper. Reconnect with your breath. I'm going to take short inhales and then deep, long exhales. When you're ready, you can also unwind here and step into your high lunge, but if you want to stay twisted, you can. All tuck our back left toes. Lift that knee up off the earth. Coming into that high lunge, work your back leg back. Your heel is over the ball of your back foot. Still rooting through your left elbow. When you're ready, inhale, come up, high lunge. Exhale, cactus, open your arm, lift through your chest. So readjust your stance if you need to. You're on a railroad track, not a tightrope. Inhale, arms reach up. This time we're adding the knee dip. So Elbows open, cactus open your arms, knee comes down, hover it above the ground. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring it down. Whew. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, squat it low. 2 more. Inhale, reach up. You got it. Exhale, come down. Low belly pulls in. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull it down. Woo. Hold it. You got it. Breathe. Legs are shaking. And an inhale will lift us up. Back heel spins down. Warrior 2. Straighten your front leg. All 10 toes turn to face towards the left. Turn around here. One quick prasarita. Inhale, arms reach open. Exhale, forward fold. Grab for the outer edges of your feet. Leave your hands underneath your shoulders. Whatever you'd like. If you want to add some movement, you can, shifting from side to side. Or you can just stay in this prasarita. It's up to you. We're only here for a few breaths. Come back to your intention if you feel like your mind is wandering. Reconnect with your breath. Can you hear it? Can you feel it? Where do you feel it? On your next inhale, we're going to press our feet firmly away, slowly roll all the way up to standing. I'm going to switch feet here. So in our prasarita, we're going to turn our right toes out, coming back to our warrior 2 stance. Arms reach open onto the horizon. Now we're working our way into a half moon pose from here. So I'm going to take my block and bring it a few inches above my right foot. Just so it's there. I might not need it, but you never know. So arms come out onto the horizon, relax your shoulders. We're going to gently heel toe our left foot in slightly. Begin to shift our weight to our right. Hand comes down to the floor or the block. You can take this left hand to your hip here, shifting your weight into your right. Come up onto the toes of your left. Begin to hover your left foot off the earth. Left toes flex back towards your face. Right toes are still working forward to the top of your mat. You can take your gaze down towards the floor. Readjust your block if you need to. Option to lift this left hand up towards the sky. Again, still same thing. Draw the shoulders down away from your ears. Try to pull those low ribs open to the left side. Been working on it all day. Straighten through your back left leg. Press through your heel. Flex your toes back towards your face. Your foot is in line with your hip, so our body looks like one long line on the horizon. Shoulders are pulling back and down. Relax through your face. Breathe. Root down through your standing big toe, keeping up micro bend still. Option to take a sugar cane if you'd like. Maybe we begin to hover our right fingertips. Can you hover them? It's okay if you get wobbly. It's okay if you fall out. Sugar canes, make your way back to a half moon. And when you're ready, we're all going to gently land our left foot back onto the mat, warrior 2. Reverse your warrior, straighten your front leg. Come back through center, cartwheel your hands down to frame this front foot. Back toes turn forward. And we'll all step back into a downward facing dog. If you must, you can take a vinyasa. As we take a moment to breathe, you can come down into a child's pose or a tabletop. Shake your head yes, shake your head no. If you're in a down dog, walk your dog out. And when you're ready, left side, wild thing. Open up your hip, so lift this left leg, bend your knee, open up your hip. Left foot comes to the outside of our right side of our mat. Left fingertips reach long. Again, pressing through both feet, and we're pulling our hips up, reaching them up towards the sky. Beautiful deep back bend. When you're ready to come back over, we'll all meet in a 3-legged dog. Left leg lifts high. Left leg steps to the top of our mat. Right knee comes down, low lunge. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Readjust your stance if you need to. And when you're ready, inhale, lift through your chest. Exhale, twist. Right knee to the outside right elbow to the outside of our left knee. So again, working those palms towards the center of our body. It's okay if it's not there. We're taking inhales and lengthening our spine, and exhale, maybe taking this into a little deeper of a twist. So shorter inhales, maybe, and deeper exhales. Still squeezing any stale air out from yesterday, starting fresh today. And when you're ready, you can unwind or you can join me. Tuck our back left toes. Lift the back right toes. Lift your back right knee up off the earth. You're in this high twisted lunge. Work your back right foot just a little bit farther back so the heel is over the ball of your foot. When you're ready, we'll all gently unwind, lift up. High lunge. Readjust your stance if you need to. Stagger your feet. So hips are sinking low, back leg is strong and straight. Cactus, open your arms. Lift your chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, like in our cow pose, seated in Sukhasana this morning. Pulling our shoulder blades back, lifting our chest, lifting our chin. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, squat low. Bring that knee hovering above the earth. Cactus, open your arms. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squat it low. Breathe. Whew. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, squat it low. Whew. You got it. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, squat it low. 2 more. Inhale, reach. Pull the low belly in, squat low, hover the knee. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, come down, hover. You got it, hover. I know it doesn't feel great. And while inhale, reach up. Back heel spins down, open up, warrior 2. Beautiful work. All right, let's reverse our warrior. Straighten the front leg. All 10 toes turn to face towards the right. Again, one more prasarita. It's yogi's choice again. So if you want to work on a headstand or anything like that, you can. Arms reach wide. Exhale, hinge forward. I'm going to stay still in this one. I'm going to root my hands underneath the outer edges of my feet and underneath the soles of my feet. So my elbows are pointing out towards the side, shifting my gaze behind me, and then beginning to roll my weight to the balls of my feet, sending my hips a little bit higher. Lengthening through the spine on every inhale, and exhale, sending my hips a little bit higher as I fold forward a little bit more. All right, gently unwind or come down if you're in any other variation. And we'll press firmly through our feet like we're trying to rip our mat in half as we slowly roll all the way up to stand. Turn your left toes out, bend your left knee. Hands open up onto the horizon. Begin to set up for your half moon pose. So bringing that block maybe 6 inches or so out in front of your left foot. Relax your hands. Let's heel toe this back right foot in just a bit so it shortens up our stance a little bit. So we're in like an awkward warrior 2. So when you're ready, shift your weight into your right foot. Begin to bend down. Root your hand onto the floor or to your block. Begin to walk this foot in a bit. Come up onto your toes. Take your top hand to your hip. When you're ready, begin to hover this back right leg. Toes flex back towards your face. Take a minute to get your bearings. Ooh, it's okay if you fall out. Notice the different sides of your body. So maybe your right side was a little bit more stable than your left. Take a micro bend through your left leg. You're pressing out to the right heel, reaching back behind you. Heel is in line with our hip. Maybe our right fingertips reach up towards the sky. Ooh, relax your shoulders. Breathe and connect. And then still rotating those lower ribs towards the right side of our room. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Maybe you hover those left fingertips off the earth. Option to take a sugar cane if you did so on the other side. If you fall out, come right back up. Option to shift your gaze, maybe out in front of you, maybe up towards the sky. Sugar canes, begin to make your way back. We'll all meet in half moon. And when you're ready, we'll all gently plant this right foot. Coming back, warrior two, very gently, very softly. Let's inhale, reverse our warrior, straighten this front leg. And then exhale, rotate your arms, frame your front foot, spin your right toes forward, and then step back, taking your last vinyasa. We'll all meet in our downward facing dog. Whew, a little tired today. All right, so from our downward facing dog, we're coming down to the mat. Take your big toes to touch, knees out wide. Option to bring a block underneath your forehead, child's pose. You can relax your hands, palms face up. Maybe you roll out your wrists here. Now, option to stay in child's pose, or you can gently lift yourself up. So propping up our chest. Inhale, right arm reaches open. Twist that chest open again towards the right. And then slow with control, thread your right arm underneath your left. Right shoulder coming down towards the floor. Right ear can come to a block or the mat. Left fingertips can be reaching long and then thread the needle. Or you can pull this left leg or left hand back over behind you. Maybe it's reaching for that right thigh. Return to your intention and to your breath. Gently slide this left hand in front of your face or unwind it. Inhale, lift. Twist open to the right again. Right fingertips reach up. Maybe they reach behind you. And then we'll plant that right hand. Inhale, left arm lifts towards the sky. Open up your chest. Bend those lower right ribs open. And then slow with control, gently thread it underneath your right arm. Left ear coming to the mat. Maybe your right hand reaches forward or behind you for a little bind. Your choice. You're ready. Gently draw your right hand in front of your face. All inhale, lift up. Open your arm to the left, up towards the sky. Rotate your ribs. And then gently maybe reach this left arm back behind you. Gently release. Come back through center. You can gently windshield wipe your legs in your tabletop position. And then we're going to come on down to our back, working our way into bridge pose. So taking your feet out hip width distance, bend your knees. I'm going to take a little bridge flow. You don't have to. You can always take a restorative bridge. So if you want to lift your hips up, take a block underneath your hips. You can stay here. Bring that block right underneath your sacrum. But if you want to be more active this morning, when you're ready, we're going to press firmly through our feet. Inhale, lift our hips and lift our fingertips. So we're really rooting down through our upper back here when we're lifting up our hips, because our biceps aren't working and our triceps aren't working for us here. So we're lifting and pressing through our shoulders and our feet. So take another deep inhale, lift the hips. Keep the hips lifted, drop the hands back behind you. Reach them back behind you. You can even grab a block if you'd like. Hover the block. Inhale, bring your hands up towards the sky. Hips are still lifted. Exhale, everything comes down. Inhale, lift, reach. Exhale, bring the hands back behind you. Hips stay lifted. Inhale, arms reach up. Hips stay lifted. Exhale, now hips and hands come down. Inhale, lift. Fingertips reaching up. Exhale, drop the hands back behind you. Hover them. Inhale, fingertips lift. Exhale, hips and hands come down. Inhale, hips and hands lift. Hips stay lifted. Hands come behind you. Hands come back up. Hips are lifted. And then everything comes back and down. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach it back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands reach back. Inhale, lift the hands, lift the hips higher if you can, and then gently come down. If you took that little flow with me, bring your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Now, if you did have that block underneath your sacrum, you can take it up into legs up the wall. If you'd like, you can also come into a shoulder stand. If you have practiced with a shoulder stand before, please be very gentle. Keep your gaze up towards the sky. And we want to keep that curve in our cervical spine. So you're really rooting down through your shoulders. It's a shoulder stand, not a neck stand. So your legs are going to be coming up towards the sky. And we have a tendency to draw our feet closer in. So try to pull your feet away and bring your hips into your view. Hands are reaching back behind you or down on the mat. You can even interlace all 10 fingers for a shoulder rinse. Or you can bring your hands to your low back. That's the preferred method, keeping the hands supporting the low back till you can lift those hips up really high. If you are in a shoulder stand, make sure you're rolling those shoulder blades and shoulders under, just like in your bridge. Really trying to press through your chest and still lift, pressing through your shoulders. If you'd like, you can make your way into plow if you were in that shoulder stand. So if you are in shoulder stand here, gently drop your toes back behind you over your head, keeping your hands on your low back until those toes reach the ground behind you. If you are not in plow, you can make your way to a happy baby. And plows, whenever you're ready, you can make your way into a happy baby. In your happy baby, you can shift from side to side. And then this is yogi's choice right now. If you want to take any other movement, maybe something I missed, if you want to come into a twist or a hip opener, I'm going to come into a quick hip opener. So crossing my right leg over the top of my left knee, interlacing 10 fingers behind my left thigh, and then drawing my legs in close to me, keeping my right toes flexed, opening my right knee up with my right elbow. Switch sides if you're in any asymmetrical pose. If you're in this hip opener with me, left toes are flexed back towards your knee. Keep that left knee open, pressing it firmly with your left elbow. All 10 fingers are interlaced behind your right thigh. And then when you're ready, gently release wherever you are. I'm going to gently windshield wiper my legs. And then begin to make your way into your Shavasana, whatever that means to you. Arms can be up over your head. You can walk your feet out as wide as your mat, knock your knees together on the inside. Wherever you are, you can relax down. Coming back to that support of the earth underneath you and the awareness of your breath as you feel the gentle rise and fall of your belly. With every exhale, try to relax down a little bit more, gently unclenching your jaw, softening your gaze or closing your eyes. Soften through your shoulders and your neck. And let gravity do the work here. When you're ready, you can begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, maybe extend your legs out, reach your hands up above your head. Take one big morning stretch here. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, relax down. We'll gently turn onto our favorite side, cradling your head in our arms. And when you feel ready, gently press yourself up to a seated position, Sukhasana, right back to where we started. Take a moment for a quick body scan again here, noticing if you feel any different, maybe a little bit better, maybe a little bit worse. Hopefully not, though. So starting from the tips of your toes, working your way up to the crown of your head. And when you've completed that body scan, let's bring our hands together at heart center. Let's rub our hands together, creating a little bit of heat here. And then pause and press them firmly into each other, elbows reaching out, drop your shoulders down. Bow your head towards your fingertips, return to your intention. Either cherish it throughout your day or let it go. Set a new one now. Thank you all for flowing with me today. It's always an honor, and I can't wait to see you next time. Namaste. Thank you guys. Have a good weekend.